In Japan's Meiji era 1868-1912, a wave of innovation was sweeping the nation, eager to embrace new technologies and strengthen the country. Tucked away in the lush, green valleys of Tochigi, a quiet village carried on with its simple way of life. Villagers relied on horse-drawn carriages to haul crops to the fields or goods to the market, taking pride in their trusty steeds. "Carriages are all we need," they'd say, with a nod, their voices full of conviction. One bright morning, a young inventor named Tarou arrived with something extraordinary. The puff-puff steam train. This marvelous contraption burned coal, let out a hearty puff from its whistle, and zipped along far faster than any carriage, carrying mountains of cargo. In a single trip, Tarou's eyes gleamed with excitement as he declared, "This will make our work a breeze. We'll even connect to towns far and wide." But the village elders, led by Guro, the master carriage maker, and other horse tenders, weren't convinced. They glared at the steam train, muttering, "That fire-breathing iron beast is trouble. Carriages are safe, always have been." Their protests echoed through the village square. In fact, during the Meiji era, when Tochigi planned to introduce steam trains, powerful locals decried them as fire-spitting monsters and fought tooth and nail against them. Their resistance delayed railway tracks in Tochigi, and instead, nearby, at Tsunomiya saw tracks laid first. In 1884, the Tohoku main line reached at Tsunomiya, linking towns with astonishing speed that left villagers marveling. Tarou was disheartened, but the village children were thrilled. "Look at that smoke, it's so fast, let's go on an adventure." They squealed, sneaking rides on the train. The adults, however, weren't having it. "It's too dangerous," they barked, locking the train in a dusty warehouse at the village's edge. No matter how often Tarou pleaded, "Just give it a try." The elders stood firm, insisting, "Carriages are plenty." They even passed a village rule, banning steam trains outright. Undeterred, the children refused to give up. Under the cover of darkness, they snuck the train out and used it to haul fertilizer to the fields, or deliver vegetables to the market. To everyone's amazement, tasks that once took hours were done in a flash. Whispers spread among the villagers. "This steam train carries way more than a carriage." One fateful day, a torrential rainstorm struck, and the river swelled dangerously. Carriages bogged down in the mud, but Tarou and the kids fired up the steam train, rushing sandbags and supplies to save the village. The villagers were astounded. Even Guro rubbed his head sheepishly and mumbled, "Maybe I was too quick to judge." Curious now, the villagers decided to give the steam train a shot. At first, they chuckled at the billowing smoke, but once they climbed aboard, their eyes widened. "This is incredible. Heavy loads are no sweat," they exclaimed. Soon, railway tracks wove through the village, and the puff-puff steam train chugged along merrily. Carriages still had their charm, but the train opened up new possibilities, connecting the village to distant towns and enriching everyone's lives. Tarou beamed and said, "New things might feel scary at first, but if they're good, people come around and end up loving them." And so, following Tsunomiya's lead, the village in Tochigi embraced the steam train, transforming into a lively, thriving community. A bold new change had set the village on a brighter path. The end.